Hey guys, it's crockpot spooky season, so today we're going to be making a crockpot recipe. And if you want to see what I'm making today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and stay tuned. Alright guys, hey, welcome back. I'm Sam if you're new, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So glad to have you. And if you are not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it really helps support my channel, and I get to bring to you so many yummy, delicious recipes, including this recipe. Today we are going to be making crockpot chicken and gravy and mashed potatoes. I'm going to cook the chicken and gravy in the crock pot, mashed potatoes on the stove. Later on, when the chicken is just about done, it's going to come together beautifully. It's going to cook for about 4 to 5 hours. It's going to make your house smell amazing. So without any further ado, let's go over all of the ingredients and get started. Alright guys, for this recipe, this is everything that you're going to need. I've got my crock pot hanging out right here on the side. I've got some chicken. This is 2 chicken breasts. They're still partially frozen, but that's okay. They'll cook down. I've got some brown gravy mix here. I could have swore I picked up chicken gravy, but I didn't. We're going to use brown gravy today. It's going to be delicious anyways, but if you have chicken gravy, I would use that. But if not, throw in some brown gravy. It's going to be delicious. Got some water, cream of chicken soup, poultry seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, and that is it. I've got my spoons there for measuring out my seasonings, and yeah, we'll get this going. Okay guys, so I've got everything set up ready to go. Hopefully you can see everything very well. I've got some olive oil here that I'm just going to lightly spray the inside of my pan here, just to prevent things from sticking. So what we're going to do first is we are going to add in our pretty much all of our ingredients. We're going to start off with our cream of chicken soup. Get that in there because we're going to mix all this together. Get all of this yummy goodness in here. One thing I love about crockpot recipes is you can basically just chunk it all in there, forget about it for a couple of hours, come back and you have the most delicious dinner ever. So to that, we're going to add in our water and our brown gravy mix. You guys, when I went to the grocery store, I had chicken gravy on my list. What possessed me to get brown gravy, I have no idea, but we're going to give it a go. So we're going to go ahead and mix this all together. You want it kind of combined to where there's no like lumpy bits in there, but a few pieces are fine. It's going to melt down. And to this also you can add some mushrooms, you can add some onions if you prefer. I do that sometimes on occasion. If I have some mushrooms, I'll throw them in there, and some onions. Okay, to this mix we're going to add in a teaspoon of garlic powder, alright guys, sorry about that, I had a phone call. So I've got my my garlic powder in there, and now we're just going to add in about a teaspoon of onion powder. Put that right in there. Yeah, I find every time I start filming or doing something where I need it to be quiet, that's when everybody and their mother calls, and I have to stop 50 million times, but that's okay. We get it done. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in about 1/2 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. If you don't like poultry seasoning, you don't have to add it. I just find that it gives it more of a fall-like flavor, and it'll make it have a ton more flavor. So we've got that in there. We're going to go ahead and get this mixed up and combined. Make sure that's well combined. You can go ahead and add salt and pepper to this now, but usually I wait until later on when it's done, because this is pretty salty. Poultry seasoning is pretty salty in itself. Plus you've got the cream of chicken soup and the brown gravy, and it's got salt in it. So I just like to wait to add my salt and pepper. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add some pepper. So I've got my big tub of pepper here, and you can add as much as you want. It's fine. I'm just got to add a little bit. Give that another stir. We will wait for the salt later at the end. We'll give it a taste at the end. And let's see if we need to add more salt. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add in my chicken breast. Oh yeah, they're still frozen. And then I'm going to give my hands a rinse, and we'll spoon some of this over the top, and then we'll be good to go. Okay guys, so I've got my little spoon here. I'm just going to, we'll just flip them over a couple of times. Get them well coated in that sauce so they get all the flavor. We want all the flavor in this dish. It's going to be so good. It smells good already. I love slow cooker meals. They're so delicious. Now that I have successfully gotten gravy all of my hands, we're going to pop the lid on. If I can reach it. We're going to pop the lid on. We're going to let this cook for about 4 to 5 hours. Check it at about 4 hours in. See if your chicken's done. And then we'll go from there. Oh, did I mention I have this on low? You can cook this on high if you prefer. It is, what time is it? It is 12:32. So I think I'm going to cook this on low for about 4 to 5 hours. Come back, check it. You can cook this on high for 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours. Just until your chicken's done and it's shreddable. So yeah, got that going. I'll see you back later when we make the mashed potatoes. Okay guys, so this has a little bit longer to cook. It's been cooking for a few hours, and I've gone ahead and I've cleaned up all of my dishes here and got them out of the way. They're over there drying, hanging out. I've got to clean my sink. I've also gone ahead and peeled up some potatoes. I've got 3 large potatoes here with some water. They've just been sitting here hanging out, and it's time for them to go onto the stove. So I am just going to light this up and put that on about medium. We're just going to let these hang out here, come up to temperature, boil about 10 minutes or so until they get tender, and then we'll smash them up. Okay, so I've got some frozen Brussels sprouts here. I always have some type of frozen vegetable in my freezer all the time. Mostly it's broccoli because my daughter could live off of broccoli, but today we're going to have Brussels sprouts. So I've just chunked some frozen Brussels sprouts in here, sprayed them with a little bit of olive oil, and I sprinkled them with some salt and pepper. And now we're just going to add a little bit of ranch powder. Let's see if I can do this. We're going to sprinkle that. That should be good. I'm going to just give these a toss and then pop them in my air fryer. I've got the little mini Instant Pot air fryer here. Love this thing. Wouldn't trade it for the world. So I'm just going to give this a shake and put this in my air fryer. Okay, so let's get that in here. And then let's see, we're going to do air fry. We'll keep it at 375. And we'll do about 15 minutes. No, we'll do 20 minutes because they are frozen. We'll just check them sporadically, see how they're doing. So that's on and going, and we're going to wait for that to get done. I've got my potatoes coming up to a boil right back there, and my chicken and gravy is coming along very good. So see you back in a few minutes and we'll put all of this together. Okay guys, so my Brussels sprouts, they're looking pretty good. I want them to get a little bit more crunchy, so I'm going to leave those to cook for a few more minutes. And then I've got all of my stuff here for my mashed potatoes. I've got my buttermilk, my milk, salt and pepper. Then I've gone ahead and drained my potatoes. I added a little bit of butter, so I'm going to go ahead and mash those, and then we will add in some buttermilk, salt and pepper, and some almond milk. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and just smashed them up. Now I want to know in the comment section down below what you do. Do you smash your potatoes first and then add the remaining of your ingredients, or do you add them all together and then smash them? Let me know. I want to know. I'm interested. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my buttermilk and some almond milk. I've already added a little bit of salt and pepper. So I'm going to add just a little bit of buttermilk. I don't want too much. I don't want it to be too tangy. But I'm going to add just a little bit and a little bit of almond milk, and then we'll go from there, and then I will show you the consistency after I get it all done and mixed together. Okay guys, so I've got my mashed potatoes mixed up here, and they are nice and combined. Like I said, I just added some buttermilk, some almond milk, salt and pepper, and a little bit of butter. I tasted them, adjusted the salt and pepper, added a little bit more because you know potatoes love salt. So I went ahead and just added some more, and they're all good to go. I might add just a little bit more buttermilk before we serve them, because the longer you let potatoes sit out, they kind of get a little bit dry. So I might add just a little bit more buttermilk before I serve them, but for now I'm just going to pop on the lid and wait the 10 extra minutes for my chicken and gravy to get done. We'll shred that up and then we'll be ready for dinner. Okay guys, so I went ahead and shredded my chicken, and I kind of left them in bigger pieces, kind of like that, and just kind of let them hang out here in the gravy. So we're just going to plate this up and we'll be ready for dinner. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And as usual, if you want this recipe or any of my other recipes, you can visit my website. It's linked down in the description box below, as well as in the comment section. You can find it in either of those two places. So yeah, you guys, we're going to go enjoy this delicious meal, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.